Hi, Ray here. It's great to see you. I'm making this short video today a sort of cautionary tale, so you don't have to make the same mistake I made yesterday. My video workflow goes like this. Make the video, which often means days of planning, shooting in studio and on location, editing, reshooting for mistakes, shooting B-roll. You get the idea. A lot of blood, sweat, and often tears. Would you be interested in a how-to about how I make my YouTube videos? Anyway, after the video is rendered, I rewatch the video, proof watch if you like, a few times looking for mistakes. This sometimes leads to the aforementioned reshoots, and finally, I upload my masterpiece to YouTube. There the video undergoes transcoding, first to 360p before the HD 1080p version is ready, and finally, if there's a 4K version, it's processed. 4K, in my experience, can take up to 8 hours to process. In the past, the 1080p version took maybe an hour at the outside to process. In the meantime, you could add end screens, the things that tempt you to watch more of my content at the end, and cards, those prompts to watch related videos during playback. And you can add all the other details as well. Usually by the time that job's done, at least the 1080p version will be ready. Just recently, YouTube launched the ability to add end screens and cards before even the SD 360 version had completed. A real time saver, in theory. So here's what happened with my last video that compared 8-bit to 10-bit color video recording. As usual, I was up against the wall when it came to meeting my self-imposed schedule. It was closing in on midnight when I got my video uploaded. Processing began, including YouTube's new checks process, which examines the video to make sure there's no copyright issues. I don't use copyrighted music, I use Artlist for my music needs. And it checks that the video adheres to YouTube's advertiser-friendly policies. I noticed the checks failed on the first run. It didn't find any problems, it just failed for whatever reason, and then it ran again successfully. All checks passed. I'm an upstanding member of the community, but when I finally went to bed at 1 a.m., the HD and UHD versions of the video were still processing 1080p and 4K. I scheduled the video for 5 a.m. When I got up, I was horrified to find that the video had accrued 60 views. But the video was still stuck at a measly 360p resolution, which looks like crap. I won't repeat my verbal reaction here in the interest of adhering to YouTube's advertiser-friendly guidelines. The video, as I said, is about the quality of 4K video recorded internally at 8-bit and externally at 10-bit. So it's all about quality, detail, and resolution. I worry that people who were subjected to the 360 version were like, what's this? Again, I'll follow the ad-friendly rules. My only recourse was to hurriedly set the video back to private, despite 60 views and a comment or two. I contacted support, which is available to people in the partner program, and I must say the response was prompt and courteous, but there was no fix available other than wait and see. After 36 hours this morning, the 1080 HD version was finally available. At this time, the 4K version is still processing. In the meantime, accrued views went from 60 in the main analytics to 7 or 8 in the lifetime totals column. Now the 48-hour total has added new views, but the lifetime total has only added new views since I changed back to public. And no sign of any ad revenue that might have been earned, though I think maybe the metrics for that may be a day behind. Will this be rectified over time? The fear is that the algorithm will now interpret the lack of traffic in the interim, while I'd set it back to private, as a failure of this video to attract views. And of course, this means it won't push the video out to more people. That appears to be what's happening or not happening this morning. The video started well on launch yesterday. Now it's languishing. Can the algorithm account for this? I have no idea. My guess is the pure mathematics rules its implacable machine learning brain. On a side note, and there's no accounting for this algorithmic brain fart, it's the bizarre referrals to this video. TransPennine Investment, Garsdale Box Restoration and AIN Railway to Open Rail Roundup Episode 70? Huh? Soundproof, what works and what doesn't? Question mark? I have no idea. I mean, I'll gratefully accept the 2 views, especially from the first video that watched 99% of it, but generally, referrals from completely unrelated content are not going to result in watch time. And it's all about the watch time. So what did I learn from this debacle? Never, ever assume that your video will be ready for prime time until you see it's fully processed, which may take days. Support told me that the issue is something engineers are working on. We love the engineers. I suspect it's something that came with the new supposed improved processing. Bugs will be bugs, and I hope they squash them soon. For my part, I need to get ahead of the game and make sure my videos are ready days, not hours ahead of the intended publishing date. Though this doesn't tend to lend itself to producing trendy or topical content. As an example, a few months back, I was ready to turn in, and I saw on Nikon's website an announcement for the development of the Z9 flagship camera. I couldn't let that news get old, so I sprang into action and made a video to ride the wave of interest. I had it on YouTube before I went to bed. Obviously, that wouldn't be possible with the present issue. Anyway, guys, that's my advice if you want to avoid massive headaches like this. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. There are some bouquets among the briquettes. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss new content. And before you go, check out more of that good stuff right here. Happy YouTubing. Cheers. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you later.